Hello, YouTube, Mars.com, BitChute, whatever other platform you hear this from. This is the Corona Bat. I already told my story on the first video. You can check it out. I caught Corona, and it messed up my sinus nasal passage and throat area. That's as far as it went in mine. I beat mine in 3 days. I was back to life, but those first 3 days was never had a sinus headache nose issue like that in my life. The headache in the nose, well, that wasn't a headache, it was sinus pain. It was so severe. I was hallucinating. I was seeing other bots. It was crazy. It was trippy. I basically was asleep. But after the 3 days, I was back up. I took my antivirus from Norton, AVG, and all the rest seemed to got me back up. Strong computer. Throughout the year, I always make sure I take stuff. Put certain things in my body, eat certain things to make sure that my immune system stays strong. You always have to make sure you have good bacteria in your gut that helps beat everything. But we're going to talk about the Tyson food workers all throughout the country. Like I say, just because the protest is going on does not mean that Corona is stopped. But all throughout the United States, there's a bunch of food facility plants, basically meat food facility plants that are getting Corona passed around. Which one of them that was recent was the Tysons food workers with chicken and I think it was turkey. And they said 570 workers, 570 workers. North Carolina hair salon refuses to serve Tyson's food staff. So, because there has been a lot of cases with Tyson's food workers, a lot of people aren't serving them and want them around, but little do they know they don't understand. Just gonna click on somebody's this article here. You can I don't even know what's on it. This is my first time. 570 workers test positive in North Carolina. Beef pork producers more than a quarter work at Wilkesboro, North Carolina, at Greensboro. They got a bunch of barrels in North Carolina. Shared ease of the work second biggest chicken, beef, and pork producer said. And meat producer said. The Springdale, Arkansas meat producer said all 2,244 employees and contractors at the site have been tested, and 570 of them have been tested positive for the virus. See, now most of them did not show any symptoms and would not have been identified by test. Because, I mean, you can have it and not show symptoms, but like I say, it can mutate, and when it gets passed on to another person, that's when it can be an issue because it can be stronger. But one of the main things that they're not talking about, let me see if I see it here, because I saw it before. As you can see, some of these are older. Says what 25% of the workers test positive in North Carolina. I saw it here before, but Google erases a lot of stuff. It was better that I should have used. What is it? It's not coming to me at the moment. But I should have used the other search engine. I can't believe that's in my mind. I use it all the time. But I should have used it because if I would have used that, it shows different results than what DuckDuckGo. That's what I should have used. But I always want to use the site and the one that most people use so they can see it for themselves. But the real thing that these aren't bringing up the Ray Bands food I'm just going to go through a couple pages. And jeopardy of workers, hair salon. They're still going to talk about hair salon. Workers. Poultry reason go to 4. Outbreak surge in mass packing plants. Workers. Sex positive. Employees. Okay. Let me see something here. And this is another way you can get results. You have to use your own brain to get around what they're telling you for you to see it yourself. But we're gonna see, showing updates that it's not over with yet. What's happening in North Carolina, map, and case count. Let's see. Hmm. There was a website that shows it by day. Just wanna show it in May here. Let's just go through it by here. Tysons food workers, they put this out on the 21st. So somewhere around between this area and this area here, and it's going to be beyond. In those areas where those people live, in the meat workers, people around it, it's basically past, it's spread it like wildfire. I mean, if 570 people there have it, which means that their families and some of their friends, people at the bars, people they meet, people they touch, of course they're going to give it to them. But there was a lot of people around the meatpacking area getting sick too, because you have to think about a virus in the meat. Because if they're packaging the meat, there could be sneezing. There could be you know what human beings do. You can say yuck and whatever you want, but you know what human beings do. So what had happened is that some of the meat got contaminated. They're not going to tell you that, but it did. I mean, it's only simple logical reasoning to understand that some of the meat got tainted. But considering it goes in the freezer, stuff like that, it will be killed. But for the places that are close to them to get their meat fresh when it's, right and out of the refrigerator or soon as it's cut processed, they just send it out to them. Nothing killed that. They put that right on it. They will put that right on the shelf in certain those areas. So they'll eat it and get it even though, if you get corona in your throat area, you can spam water to keep it and flush it down and make it hit your stomach acid and it will kill it. But of course, not a lot of people did that. They just eat something and move. You know how we are. We'll eat it, grab it, move, eat it, grab it, move. We're working. We're eating while we're working. Construction workers, I don't know if you ever done real labor jobs. You eat as you go along. Then you might get a drink. So it'll just sit there and linger. You're still talking, you're chewing, you're human beings. So, of course, it's spiked up around those areas and around those people. Not just because of the people, it's also the food. But these are ways you can find out, and you can also go to DuckDuckGo. Because DuckDuckGo does not remove any of their searches. Google removes tons of them all day, every day. Later.